Welcome back to my videos. In this video, I'm bringing you guys the every rare bloodline break from worst to best. So it's actually been a really long time since I've last done this video, and there has been a lot of new rare bloodlines in this game. The first time I've ever done this video, there was 5 rare bloodlines, and now there's 21. So there's quite a difference between now and then. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like sports, go right to the video, guys. So coming to 21st place is going to be Diva Ren Goku. I'm not going to talk much about this. You guys know Diva Ren is bad. I don't really need to say much about it. The abilities aren't that great. They take a long time to activate. And overall, Diva Ren is the worst rare bloodline in the entire game. Now, coming to 20th place is going to be Ghost Karashi. Ghost Karashi is going to be second to worst on this list. It just has received so many nerfs to the point where it's literally just, it's not even close to being good anymore. I mean, like, there's definitely worse bloodlines in the game, but when it comes to rare bloodlines, all of the rare bloodlines are actually, they're usable. They, good. That's a good thing, considering that they're actually the most rare bloodlines in the game. But when it comes to rare bloodlines, out of all of them, one out of 200 and above, Ghost Karashi definitely falls very short on the power spectrum of things. So coming in 19th place is going to be Sriracha Akuma. Yes, you heard that correctly, Sriracha Akuma. So for this bloodline, there's not much to say about it. The actual abilities, they're very fun to use. I'll say these abilities are fun. Oh no, I'm about to knock him off the mountain. No. Oh, okay, look, squad right there, man. Absolute major skills. But, Sriracha, it's definitely not the best bloodline in the game. It could be a lot worse. It's really fun. There's not much to say about it. It's just, it's Sriracha. That's all there is about it. Sriracha sauce, man. Now, coming in 18th place is actually going to be Bankai Inferno. Now, I do actually feel like Bankai Inferno is kind of criminally overrated because I do feel like this breakaway move is the only good move of Bankai Inferno. The other moves are either super situational or just straight up not good at all, and half the time they don't even work, like you guys just saw. But Bankai Inferno, it definitely could be worse, hence why it's not going to be last on this list, but it's definitely not even close to being the best either. I mean, like, these abilities are super situational, and half the time they don't even work. It's just super finicky. It may be a super fun bloodline, but it's definitely not the best. Now, coming in 17th place is actually going to be Kagoku. Yes, you heard that correctly, Kagoku. Ever since they made this second ability, worse than what it actually is, this bloodline has received a major hit. But the actual other abilities, first ability is trash. Never use the first ability. People that defend it, they don't play the game. But, the other abilities of Kagoku, they're very usable. The mode is obviously still amazing, and he's dead. Ripperonis to him. But when it comes to the actual mode, the mode is amazing. You get all these different dimensions. It's super cool. You get all these really cool different things. You have to grind the boss for them though. That's less cool. But yeah, the mode is probably the best part of Kagoku, and the actual second and third ability, they're usable. The first ability is absolute garbage though. Coming in 16th place is going to be Doku Tengoku. Yes, this is the skin version for... I'm going to be using a lot of skins on this list because I'm an absolute flex lord. But when it comes to actually Doku Tengoku, it could be worse. Like, I feel like the abilities, they're very usable. A lot of different scenarios. The counter, it's not a bad counter if you actually land it. It's actually one of the better counters if you land it. It could be a lot worse, The abilities, they're good. But I kind of feel like Doku Tengoku is kind of held back by the counter not activating 100% of the time. The counter doesn't even work half the time. So I feel like that's definitely kind of what is holding Doku Tengoku back. Other than that, it's fine. I mean, the second ability, it could be a lot better than what it is, but, Doku Tengoku is fine as it is as a bloodline, if you fix the counter. Now, coming in 15th place is going to be Normal Naramaki. Yes, you heard that correctly. Normal Naramaki is going to be in 15th place. The honest reason is because Normal Naramaki, it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's definitely not the worst. I actually do feel like Naramaki is very fun to use. It could be a lot worse than what it is now. And at one point it was significantly worse than what it was now. But in the end of things, Naramaki, it's an okay KG. The abilities, they work when they want to, and they work in certain scenarios. So yeah, I feel like in 15th place is perfect for Naramaki. Now coming to 14th place is actually going to be Satori Ren Goku. You heard that correctly, Satori Ren Goku. This first ability, I'm going to let it just speak for itself. Bottom left. Yeah, that's right. That ability does over 100k damage consistently. The actual other abilities of Satori Ren, they're not the greatest in the world. I mean, they could be worse, I guess. Hence why this is actually going to be quite high on the list compared to what it normally would be. But the actual abilities, I mean, okay, the counter move, it's okay. They made it. I can't believe they nerfed it so hard though. You guys realize that they nerfed that move like 5 times? Like that move is absolute garbage compared to what it used to be. It used to be the literal best auto dodge in the game for like a week, and then they nerfed it so it's not an auto dodge, and then they nerfed the clone. So yeah, it's just trash now. But the actual other ability to Satori Ren, the first ability, yeah, it does lots of damage. I mean, that's kind of the reason why it's going to be this high up on the list. Coming in 13th place is going to be the bloodline with the absolute worst ability in the game that is saved by another ability. I mean, Minakaze, like, there's not much to say about it. Minakaze, the second ability, is the worst ability in the game. Like, there's not a single ability that is more punishable than Minakaze second. It does a good amount of damage, okay? That's fine, but it's trash. It's absolute garbage. when you look at the other abilities, like the third ability Minakaze, the third ability Minakaze is actually good. I think the third ability Minakaze is a really great combo extender. The first ability is a really good ability to escape combos, especially in this meta where you cannot auto dodge mid combo. Breakaways just became that much better. So first ability is actually really good. I mean, if they made, like, I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Minakaze, the way the abilities are, I feel like Minakaze should be a Z spec. I mean, I feel like a lot of people could agree with this. Minakaze being a Z spec would instantaneously make the bloodline worth its rarity. It should definitely be a Z spec bloodline. I feel like the abilities, they're very Z spec, you know, Z spec-ish. I mean, they're either low damage combo extender or third ability. The first ability is a pure breakaway move. You know, the actual mode isn't the best thing in the world. So, like, I feel like as making it a Z-spec will fix all the problems, but as it is right now, definitely solid 13th place. And to come into 12th place is actually be Boramaki. Boramaki's gonna be coming in 12th just because I do feel like Boramaki, it's a super unique KG. It has a lot of good abilities that actually do work in a lot of different situations. I mean, block break, it has a pull. This pull move is amazing for extending M1 combos, which are actually bad right now, by the way. M1 combos right now in this current meta, they're not, you know, the best thing in the world. Long range combos are actually the meta right now. But when it comes to Boramaki, I definitely feel like it could be a lot worse in the end of things. I mean, like, you know, Boramaki's an okay KG. Now, coming in 11th place is actually going to be Shiro Glacier. Yes, you heard that correctly, Shiro Glacier. Now, this is actually a bloodline that almost nobody ever uses. It's kind of weird, in all honesty. Nobody uses this bloodline, even though the bloodline actually is quite good. I mean, the third ability, I'm pretty sure none of the abilities are on the stun global cooldown. The third ability does 85,000 in mode. That's a lot. First ability is almost impossible to land. I mean, the low cooldown was kind of the best part of it. It's almost impossible to land an actual fight. The second ability does a lot of damage as well, but the third ability is definitely the best ability. When you look at the mode, this move is godlike. Like, that's all there is to say about it. That move is actually godlike. I mean, the throwable, I mean, like, it's weird. Like, I gotta say, the only, like, this, it's kind of this high up on the list because of the weapon spec, but I also gotta say that the actual third ability is quite good as well. So coming in 10th place is actually gonna be Alfurama Shizen. Alfurama Shizen is gonna be coming in 10th. There's not much to say about this. Alfurama Shizen, you guys know what's good about it. You guys know what's bad about it. If you guys don't, I'll just go ahead and tell it for you. It has big AoE moves. It does lots of damage, but the actual cooldowns are high. You know, it takes up bloodline slots, and the actual mode drains an absolute ton. I think it's the highest draining mode in the entire game besides Giovanni Shizen's second mode. So, you know, that's quite a feat. But when if you don't look at that, Giovanni Shizen's a great bloodline if they would just reduce the mode. But as it stands right now, it is still a good bloodline. I mean, it definitely could be a lot worse, hence why it's in 10th place. So coming in 9th place is going to be Shindai Akuma. Now, this is going to be simply because the counters are in the good right now. Counters are literally one of the best things in the game right now. And Shindai Akuma happens to have one of the literal best counters in the entire game. It summons clones that bother your enemy. It does a bit of damage, and it also simultaneously is a counter. So it's a really, really good ability that kind of carries Shindai Akuma to the 9th place right here, because I'm not gonna lie, that ability is great. It's amazing. It's the best ability of Shindai Akuma. Not to mention the weapon spec is also good. I mean, like, yeah, it's a mode drain. You know, those are always good in this game. But I'm gonna be honest here. This counter carries Shindai Akuma to 9th place. You know, I'm fine with that. The counter is amazing. It's actually really fun to use as well. So if you guys haven't used it, go ahead and try it out. And coming in 8th place is gonna be the only EKG on this entire list. It's gonna be Jinshiki. Well, if you count Ryan Gaiden. Jinshiki, I'm gonna say Jinshiki is a really fun bloodline. It's really good, especially for being an EKG. It has quite powerful stun moves. A lot of the EKGs in the game, they don't really have that good stun moves. This one is absolutely insane, and this counter is good if they don't know how to counter it. So this counter, when it actually hits them, you could cancel it after it activates, but this actual stun move of the counter, it lasts as long as the first ability. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it. That's nuts. The amount of duration that the counter actually lasts is nuts. You can extend your cooldowns and stuff like that. Has absolutely insane stuns for being an EKG, and yeah, overall Jinshiki, I gotta say it, it's a really fun bloodline. If you include the mode, it obviously would be even higher on this list. The mode is great. I mean, that's all there is to it. But yeah, this counter definitely carries this bloodline to being this high on the list. The counter is amazing if they don't cancel it. If they use any iframe move in the entire game, it'll cancel the counter immediately. It's weird how it works. I wish they would fix it. It's not fixed, but yeah, for what it is, Jinshiki, very good bloodline. Now coming to seventh place is going to be a quick Eastwood Karashi. The first ability is the only really good move at Eastwood, but I gotta say, yeah, you know, the mode could be worse. I mean, I actually fought someone using the counter. The counter is really good for escaping. I'm not going to use it because it's going to knock him clear off the map. down. With the actual other booties of Eastwood, I mean, they could be worse. They're very usable, but the first ability is a really, really good combo extender. It has a super far range. All of the abilities are instant besides the second one, so, you know, that is a huge plus as well. So coming in 6th place is actually going to be Forged Rengoku. Yes, you heard that correctly. Forged Rengoku is not going to be first anymore, but Forged Rengoku, it's still a really good KG, but it has actually received some nerfs. So when it comes to the actual Forged Ren, it is definitely pretty mode carried. The actual abilities of Forged Ren aren't that great. I do actually really like the first ability. I think the first ability is really fun, but it's only Sunbokuu cooldown. That's pretty bad. It also has a 40-second cooldown. Yeah, not that great. It also, yeah, if you get hit on the first ability, it will actually cancel and stuff like that. But when it comes to Forged Ren, the mode is actually so good. It definitely does carry it to 6th place. Not to mention the actual abilities themselves, they could be a lot worse than what they are. So yeah, Forged Ren, solid 6th place bloodline. Now coming in 5th place is going to be the EKG with the mode. I'm going to say Ryan Gaiden has worked its way up to being one of the literal best bloodlines of the game, and it's also one of the coolest bloodlines. Also, look at my eyes, you know, very neato. But when it comes to Ryan Gaiden, I gotta say it, if they please, Rogames, if you watch this video, please remove the end lag from the first ability. Please do it. I've been asking for so long, please. But the actual abilities of Ryan Gaiden, the mode is actually, you know, the mode is quite good if you actually land the abilities. Everything about the mode is quite cool. The C-Spec is kind of like a counter. It just does the first ability with no end lag, which is what the first ability should do. But I gotta say, the best ability of Ryan Gaiden, it's obviously the second one. They made it so they removed all end lag from it, so it's extendable with like 10 different moves now. Yeah, that's very OP. Third ability is uncancelable. I'm pretty sure they also removed the gap. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Oh my god, I fell through the map and I can't get back. Reset. Now coming to 4th place is going to be notably actually one of my favorite bloodlines in the game. I'm not ranking this high because it's one of my favorites. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone could agree with me by saying Narmaki 6 Pass is pretty busted right now. I mean, you look at this mode, the second mode of it drains a ton of chi from it. The actual counter of it does tons of damage. Everything about this does tons of damage. I mean, it is one of the highest, if not the highest damage, you know, bloodline mode in the entire game. I mean, look at the C-Spec, 80,000 damage, and it didn't even land properly. I mean, when you look at the other abilities of 6-Path Narmaki, they could be better. I mean, the first ability has a ton of startup, but you know, I like it. Oh no, rip. He just got knocked across the map. But when it comes to 6-Path Narmaki, I mean, the abilities have absolute massive AoE. It's one of the biggest AoE bloodlines in the entire game. I mean, if you guys don't believe me, let me show you the second ability right here. All right, so you guys see where he is, right? You guys see him. You guys see where he is. This is the second ability, a shuriken, by the way. Look, I didn't even touch him. I didn't even touch the dude. I was basically not even close to him. Like, if you do that in an actual fight, you're 100% gonna always hit this ability. Not to mention the third ability is also really, really good as well. It's an iframe attack. You know, it's good. That's all there is to say about it. Now, when it comes to third place on this long list of bloodlines, it's gonna be Ryuji Kenichi, of course. It's literally just gonna be because of the mode. The actual abilities of Ryuji Kenichi, they're okay. You know, they could be a lot worse than what they are, and they're usable. Like, the abilities are usable. They're good for combos, you know. Ryuji Kenichi is an absolute combo menace, especially combined the fact that it has a mode that literally lets you combo out the wazoo. But the actual abilities of Ryuji, they're okay. But this mode is just, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, it has a low HP mode. You basically have 2 lives with the mode. The mode itself is an entire bloodline by itself, and yeah, Ryuji Kenichi mode is kind of unstoppable in a lot of different scenarios, and in that of things, Ryuji Kenichi, solid 3rd place just because of the mode. So coming in 2nd place is going to be Shindai Rengoku. Yes, Shindai Rengoku is still one of the literal best bloodlines in the game. They actually haven't nerfed it at all. They actually only have buffed the bloodline, which is, you know, considering it's the best bloodline in the game, I think it's fine. You know, I'm gonna say it, it needs to be said, Shindai Ren being this high up on the list, Shindai Ren being one of the best bloodlines in the game, I'm fine with it. You know, but the only thing I'm not fine with, this infinite flight needs to take stamina. Why does it not take stamina? If they fix that, the bloodline would actually just be perfectly fine being as broken as it is. I mean, the actual moves of Shindai Ren, it's fine. You know, it being the most broken bloodline in the game, that's fine because it's hard to get. You know, it's a boss drop. But, you know, obviously, guys, they did actually buff the counter. The counter, you know, they made it take less chi, so that's really cool. The second ability is obviously one of the better block breakers in the game. And when it comes to it, you guys already know Shindai Ren's one of the best. I don't need to say much about it. You guys already know. By the way, guys, what is your favorite rare bloodline Shindo Life? If you tell me in the comments below, we'll be checking knocking him out. Now, coming to first place is going to be the big man himself, Vengeance, aka Batman, the Batman KG. I feel like a lot of people, you know, almost nobody actually owns Vengeance. So I feel like people don't actually know how broken this bloodline is. I mean, the C-Spec, if you land the C-Spec on them a single time, they're basically forced to immediately take over 100,000 damage. Like, that's kind of insane. I mean, and it also stuns, you know, it's really good for combo extending. You have a weapon spec that is a counter that knocks someone into an air combo. Like, you know, I know air combos, you know, they're not the best thing in the world. You have a throwable that does a ton of damage, combo extends, but that's not even the best ability of Vengeance. All of Vengeance's abilities, they're iframes. Yeah, I just want to put that out there. They're all iframes, they're all combo extenders, they're all true combo extenders. The third ability is a very long-lasting iframe attack, you know, like, and then don't even get me started on the second ability. Look at this. It's an iframe. It's like a Red Goku pool, but it lasts longer, so the iframe lasts longer. Like, I feel like Vengeance, I feel like people just, you know, they haven't really, oh, he's dead. People haven't really, you know, seen the bloodline that much. If you guys have fought this bloodline, you guys know how broken it is because, you know, people abuse this stuff like crazy. But yeah, Vengeance definitely #1 on the Rare Bloodline list. Anyways, guys, if you guys actually enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys actually want to see another one. Also, if you guys haven't yet, feel free to go to my second channel and subscribe to it. I will be up live streaming and uploading other games and stuff like that on that channel, so be sure to go and do that. Anyways, guys, hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.